Nice meeting you again. This is what I have for you. It's a 7-piece skirt. This front panel is 3 pieces, 1, 2, and 3. Then the back is 4 pieces. Can you see? This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can you see? So beautiful, so nice. It's something you can make. Can you see? Very gorgeous and stunning. Can you see? So you will really enjoy this tutorial if you watch it to the end. So nice. This is a very unique style. Can you see? With these stripes, making it unique, I'm going to teach you in this tutorial how I actually achieve this 7-piece skirt. And I promise, if you watch this video to the end, you will really benefit. So let's go. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a 7-piece skirt. It's a very unique one. 3 pieces in the front, while 4 pieces will be at the back. And I promise you will enjoy this tutorial. Just watch it to the end. And if this is your first time, like I do say, watching my video for the very first time, I welcome you to this channel. Just click on the subscribe button and like my video by clicking on the liking button, and you can share it if you feel like. Thanks for watching. Now, to start off, I'm going to start by cutting the front panel of the skirt, and the front panel is going to be 3 pieces. Now, since the front panel is going to be 3 pieces, I'm going to make the base to be 17 inches for the base. So I shall be cutting 17 inches for the width of this fabric, while the length of this skirt is 39 inches. Well, I'm going to add 1 extra, making it 40 inches. So for the length, I shall be cutting 40 inches, while the width 17 inches. So by the time I'm through, I will show you. Now, as you can see, I've folded my fabric this way. And to measure the length, like I said, the length will give me a total of 40 inches. And because I folded into 2, I have 20 inches here times 2. That is, I've got my 40 inches as the length of this skirt. Now for the width, like I said, 17 inches, I have it here. Can you see? I have my 17 inches here. I will also measure the 17 inches here so that I have a straight line. So I'm going to connect these lines together. Now I'm going to cut. Like I said earlier, I shall be working on the front panel of this skirt, and the front panel is going to be 3 pieces, while the back panel 4 pieces. Now, this is one of the pieces of the front panel. So the next thing for me is to fold it into 2. So I'm going to fold into 2. This is the right side of this fabric, and this is the wrong side. So I shall be working on the wrong side. So I'll fold it into 2 this way, equally. Now I start the marking. So the hip of this skirt is 36 inches. I'm going to divide the 36 inches by 2 first. 36 inches divided by 2 gives me 18 inches. Now, this 18 inches, I shall be dividing it by 3 pieces. So, 18 divided by 3 gives me 6 inches. But because this fabric is on fold, I shall be making it, because it's on fold, I will mark 6 inches. So I'm going to divide that 6 inches by 2, which gives me 3 inches. So I will mark 3 inches as the width. I mark my 3 inches. But before I continue, let me quickly mark the nail line. Now, since the length of this fabric is 40 inches, I'm going to divide this 40 by 2, which gives me 20 inches. Now, 20 inches, I shall be subtracting 2 inches from that 20 inches, which gives me 18 inches. So this 18 inches is going to serve as my nail length. So I'm going to mark 18 inches here. So going by my width, I have 3 inches. So I'm going to mark 3 inches all down to the nail line. Three inches down to the nail line here. So I'm going to connect these lines up to the nail line. So I have it like so. Then the next thing for me is to place my ruler right on the base, the edge of this fabric. Can you see? I'm going to place it right on the edge. Then I make a slant curve up to the nail line here. Can you see? Can you see? So I've achieved my shape. So the next thing for me is to cut it out. Tracing the line, I'm going to cut it out. Like I said, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please just click on the subscribe button and always put your notification bell so that each time I release a new video, you can easily have an access to it. So this is my final shape. Can you see? See? So I shall be using this to cut the other 2 pieces, the side 2 pieces of the front panel. Now to cut the 2 side pieces of the front panel, remember the base is 17 inches. So I'm going to cut 17 inches times 2, which gives me 34. So I shall be cutting 34 here. .34 inches, I have it here. So I will also mark 34 inches up here so that I can achieve a very straight line. (34 inches). So I'm going to connect these lines together, after which I cut it out. So I will now cut. So, having cut it together, I'm going to fold it first. I will fold it into 4. Having folded it into 4, the first one I've cut out, I'm going to place it right on it, like this. Like so. So this is the new line I'm going to mark. So I will now cut from the base here up to this nail line. Can you see? Having cut it to the new line, I will stop there. Now, because of the joining here, I'm going to slit this one into 2. So, having slitted it into 2, now I'm going to take this away first, then I will open. I will open it like so. Then, having opened it, I'm going to measure from here. What I have here is what I shall be measuring up to the edge here, so that I have a straight line. So what I have here on a new line here, I have 4 3/4 inches. So that is what I shall be marking. Or if you don't want to do it like that, just place your tape rule. Make sure you achieve a straight line. A straight line. Then can you see? So I got what I want. So I'm going to cut this part off. Now, having cut it off, the next thing I shall be doing is to place the first pieces, the center pieces of the front panel on it, like so. But before I place it, depends on how you want it. You may place it like this. You will still achieve the same what you want to achieve. So, but the most important thing is to mark 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, the width of 1 inch up to the base first, because that's going to serve as our seam allowance. So I'm going to measure 1 inch. One inch up to the base. Can you see? So like so. Then I'm going to place it like this, making sure that I just want you to see something here. Now I'm going to make this 1 inch must be out here. I will place it right on. Can you see? It matches each other here. So, or preferably, let me measure the 1 inch out here so that I can see vividly. It has to be 1 inch. Can you see 1 inch, then 1 inch up here? Now this 1 inch, like I said earlier, is going to serve as the seam allowance. So I will now start my measurement properly. Now the measurement will not be this 1 inch will not be included. So I'm going to place my tape right here on the line. Then I'm going to start by measuring the waist. And I have the waist of this skirt to be 29 inches. Or I make it 30 inches. So 30 inches divided by 4 gives me 7.5 inches. So I shall be marking 7.5 inches as the waist of this skirt. 7.5 inches. Now, for the hip, from this edge, I'm going to measure 7.5 inches. That's where my hip is going to lie. That's where I'm going to start the measurement of the hip. 7.5 inches from the up here. Now I'm going to place it right on the line here. So, and the hip is 36 inches. Now 36 inches divided by 4 gives me, I have 9 inches. I have 9 inches. Sorry, I've made a mistake here. Now I'm going to repeat what I did on the waist side. Now we say the waist is 30 inches. 30 inches divided by 4 gives me 7.5 inches. Remember, we have a pieces here, and this pieces is on fold. I have it here. I have 2.5 here. Now 2.5 times 2, because it's on fold, gives me 5. I will first subtract that 5 from 30 inches. I'm going to subtract that 5 inches from 30 inches. So I have, when I subtract 5 inches from 30 inches, I have 25 inches. Now I'm going to divide Now coming to the waist, I have the waist of this skirt to be 30 inches, but because I'm working on the front panel, I'm going to divide that 30 inches by 2 first, which gives me 15 inches. Now, you see this center piece, I have it 2.5 inches here, but because this center piece is on fold, it's going to be 2.5 inches times 2, which gives me 5 inches. So I shall be subtracting 5 inches from that 15 inches. So when I subtract 5 from 15, I have 10 inches. So I'm going to measure 10 inches. But because this one is 2, remember it's 2 sides, 2 pieces of the 2 sides. So since it's 2, I'm going to divide that 10 by 2. That 10 inches remaining by 2. I will come over again so that you have a better understanding. So what I said is this. I said the full waist, the waist of this skirt is 30 inches. But because I'm working on the front panel, I'm going to divide that 30 inches by 2 first. So I have 15 inches. Now 15 inches. Remember, this is one piece, and this piece, which is the center point, or the center front of the front panel, the center piece of the front panel, this center piece is on fold. Remember, I have it here, the length I have here is 2.5, so I'm going to multiply this 2.5 by 2, which gives me 5 inches. Now I have the half of the waist, I have it 15 inches, so I'm going to subtract 5 inches for this center front piece, 5 inches from 15 inches, I have 10 inches. But because this two pieces, this is 2 pieces, so I'm going to divide that 10 inches which I have now by 2, so which gives me 5 inches. It means on these 2 pieces I shall be marking 5 inches. So I have my 5 inches here, plus 1 inch as my seam allowance. Can you see now? That is what I have on the waist side. Now coming to the hip side, or hip circumference, I'm going to measure a straight line of 7.5 inches first. I have it here. Then for the circumference, the hip of this skirt is 36 inches. I shall be dividing 36 by 2 first, which is 18 inches. Now, is that 18 inches I shall be using to calculate the hip of the front, the half of the hip. Now, I have here, for the center piece of the front panel, I have 2.5, but it's on fold, so it's going to be 2.5 times 2, which gives me 5 inches. So I shall be subtracting 5 inches from 18 inches, that is half of the circumference of the hip. So I have 13 inches left. So, but because it's 2 pieces, so I'm going to divide 13 inches by 2, which gives me 6.5 inches. So I shall be marking 6.5 inches on the hip line here, plus 1 inch seam allowance. So coming to the new line, I don't need to do much calculation. All I need to do on the new line, what I have, the original calculation I have on the hip, which is 6.5, can you see? I shall be subtracting just 1 inch from this 6.5, and 6.5 minus 1 give me 5.5. So I shall be marking 5.5 right on the new line, plus 1 inch seam allowance. So I have it here. So I shall be tracing this, connecting these lines together. Connecting the 2 lines together. So this is what I shall be cutting out. So this is the front panel of this skirt. So we are through with the front panel of this skirt. The next thing I shall be doing is to draft out the back panel of this skirt. And I told you the back panel right now is going to be 4 inches because it's 7 inches skirt. So the front is 3 pieces while the back is 4 pieces.